Hey everyone, and welcome to another Warframe video. So today we're going to be taking a look at a Sentinel weapon. I know some people are just like, lol, what? Sentinels have weapons? And I mean, I guess it's not just a Sentinel weapon, it can be used on mowers as well. But yeah, you can actually make use of a couple of these Sentinel weapons to good effect for certain things. So this one today is the Cryotra. Now someone noticed I was using that in my Nyx video and they were asking about the build. And they're extremely lucky because that is the one that I'm actually doing today. So, the Cryotra requires you to get to max rank with the Solaris United, that is Old Mate, and is going to cost you 10,000 standing from legs. Now technically it's actually supposed to really be a mower weapon, but it can actually be used on Sentinels as well, which is really nice. As you can see, I've got it on the absolute unit here, and he is currently using the beam to good effect. So what do you get when you actually build it? Well, you get a weapon that does a grand total of 10 damage. Yeah, 10 damage. It's not really there for damage though, I'm going to say that now. It's not about the damage of this thing. Especially, like, you know, it's got a crit chance of 5%, which is, you know, barely worth even talking about, whereas this enemy, there he is. However, it does have a status chance of 35%. Which means you can hit 100% status by putting all of the dual stat mods on there. The one downside it does have, and is a very big downside, is the fact that it has a 4-second reload time. It does have a magazine size of 80, but that 4-second reload time is rather painful and is very noticeable when you're actually using the weapon. So that really does have to be modded for. So talking about modding, how actually did I go about doing it? Well, if we head into our thing here, I decided to put a single formula on here, and we're not building for damage. There is absolutely no point in building for damage on this, as, you know, 10 damage, not worth it. So what we're going to do instead is build for as much status as possible, plus a little bit of quality of life. So we've got all 4 dual stats on here for the 100% status. We've got high voltage and thermite rounds, and then malignant force and rime rounds for viral and radiation. We've got split chamber for the extra multi-shot. We've got shred, which is going to make the weapon fire a bit faster, but more importantly for that punch through. I want that punch through to be able to hit multiple enemies, so that is something that I'm really liking. If you have enemies lined up in a row, or if you're using my tether mine ability here, there it is. Oh, sorry, the whiplash mine. It's going to bring them all into a unit, and then the Cryotra can just basically cut through them all, and give them all status procs, which is really nice. Prime fast hands to bring that reload down to 1.2 seconds, and then there's sinister reach, which is going to give extra range. So let's just give a quick look at how it actually performs. I really like this. It is definitely one of the best sort of support weapons here. So we've got 3 heavy gunners. Let's try and bring... Mothers have a bit of a problem there. Oh, has he... Yep, there he is. You can see, look. There's the radiation in action. Oh, look. Basically, we've got pretty much everything right now. And it gives us extra procs to work with. There you go. Brought them all in with the whiplash mine. And they've all got status procs, and now they're all dead. So, this is a very solid setup. I like it a lot. I have been playing around with quite a few different builds for this, and this is the one that I ended up settling on. Oh, poor guy. There we go. He's very upset. There you go. He's proccing. Hopefully he's going to start shooting again in a second. He's put up his little defensive bubble. I should have given priority to the whiplash mine, but, you know, it's one of those ones that you kind of wish you'd done at the time. So yeah, you can see, you know, he's pretty much perma-radiated. He's probably going to start shooting at him in a second. There you go, look. He's got the radiation proc again. So it's just so useful. And it just means that we can come in with our weapon, with condition overload, and just absolutely annihilate. There you go. And this is such a good combination for working with condition overload. As you can remember, condition overload gives extra damage per status type affecting the target. So if you think about it, we've got the 2 from the Sentinel weapon, or the mower. So we've got the radiation and viral there, I have gas here. I have viral from the Kripath pointy bit of my pointed stick. And then impact, puncture, and slash. So if you combine that with a very good melee weapon with a lot of status procs and condition overload, it absolutely puts your damage through the roof. And honestly, this is something I really, really, really enjoy using. So I guess that brings me on to what I think of the Cryotra, whether I think it's worth the standing cost, and whether it's worth... I mean, it doesn't take much maxing out, but obviously you're going to have to do a little bit of work with it to get it there. Do I think it's worth it? Yes, it absolutely is. Like I said, it is one of the best support weapons out there. If you're looking for a weapon to go on your Sentinel or on your mower, there is really nothing better. Obviously, this is going to bring up the debate of the Cryotra versus the Artax. The Artax coming from the I can't remember the name of the Sentinel now. Taxon Sentinel. Very, very first Sentinel you ever get has a very, very good support weapon. So I just want to talk a little bit about like the Cryotra versus the Artax, because it is definitely going to be one of those sort of debates that people have. The Artax does get the guaranteed status proc. That is absolutely true. So you are guaranteed, no matter what happens, to get that cold proc. And it does have slightly more range. It's actually got 5 meters more range than the Cryotra does. But the problem is that while the Artax does get that sort of initial cold proc, it only has a 3% status chance, whereas the, as I said earlier, the Cryotra comes with 35. So once you've got that initial cold proc, the chances of getting a secondary proc are very, very minimal. Whereas with the Cryotra, you are almost guaranteed to get it, like almost all of the time. It's so, like, happens so often, and it's such a boost to the damage from condition overload that it is just so much more, like, worth it to go with the Cryotra over the Artax, like, every time. I really, really didn't think that anything was going to out-support the Artax because of just, like, how the Artax was built, but this thing absolutely has. Now, while I was modding, I did actually talk... I forgot to talk about the elementals I'm running and why I'm running those. And I'm actually sort of showing why in this mission. I run viral and radiation just because the corrosive and blast build... The problem with blast is it can get very, very annoying for your teammates, or even me. If I'm running like more of a gun build, like I'm not focusing on my melee weapons, then the blast can get very annoying very quickly. Like the knockdown from the blast can get really, really annoying. Plus the radiation from like the radiation and viral can be super, super useful, because it ties up multiple enemies. Like, the blast does have a small area of effect around it, but it's one of those ones that it doesn't have enough range of a blast to tie up multiple enemies more often than not. Whereas a radiation proc will tie up every unit around it, because all the other units will start attacking the unit that got radiation proc. So it's like, kind of like having a mini chaos with you at all times. It really is really useful. Plus viral, like spreading viral procs around, is super, super useful and is really good for the rest of your team, because it, like a higher level, you can actually, you know, actually help your team out and help them kill a little bit quicker, as well as yourself. So it really is a fantastic weapon, is the Cryotra. I don't think I've taken it off. Like, I don't think I've used anything else since actually since I actually unlocked it. So obviously it's not there for damage. Don't ever think it's going to kill anything, but the support it gives on a well-modded Sentinel or a well-modded mower, like my unit here, it is absolutely brilliant and such a help. And, you know, one of the best supports out there for your pets. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my look at the Cryotra. I'm going to have a whole bunch of like Arcwing based videos, as well as a bit of a talky video on the recent dev stream. The recent dev stream last Friday has me so hyped. And yeah, that has a little bit to do with some of the Arcling stuff that I'm going to be doing videos on in the very near future. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks everyone for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit the other one if you didn't. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall catch you in the next one.